Right, good morning. I've got no challenges today, so I'm just going to go outside and do some practice shooting. I just had a remark from John from Hawkeye TV, which made a good comment. He says he checks his zero on all his guns every time he shoots them, which he should do every time, because the point of aim compared with the point of impact is not always the same. It can change very easily. And that's very, very true. This is why you should always take your zero before shooting at, say, targets, because where that pellet flies, and just don't take it once, take it what I done yesterday 3 times. So just don't take it once, but your point of aim is not necessarily going to be the point of impact. It could be a pellet defect, it could be you just moving or shaking the gun a bit. So the idea of it is to see where that point of impact comes from. And so when you're lining up your scope, you can just line it up either up a little bit or down a little bit or side, whatever, to get that precise point of impact. But then it all depends on the pellet, whether it's a good pellet or not. Anyway, I just wanted to come to that. That was a good point. And everybody what's made comments, I thank very much. They're all saying great shooting, they enjoyed it and all that. But Gilmore Costa, he wrote that he's been trying to do this keyhole shooting through the hole of the key, right? But he's using the 2.2, and there is no way that he can possibly do that with a 2.2 pellet. I measured it up with calipers, but I keep getting different measurements. The most measurement I got, let's just go, the most measurement I got was like 5.13. Okay, so it's going 5.13. Yesterday when I done it, it was 5.11, 5.12. Now it's 5.13 to 5.14. A 2.2 pellet is a 5.5, isn't it? Yeah, I think the 177 is a 4.5. So it's virtually impossible to get a 2.2 pellet going through that small hole. And I would suggest to Gilmore is to practice shooting through an 8mm hole. And once you can master the 8mm, then gradually come down maybe to a 7. Once you can master that, then come down to a 6.5 to a 6mm hole. And that's the way I seem to do things. Now, it works for me, but it might not work for you. But it's still worth a try. I never give advice to anybody how to shoot, because one of the main reasons is, one of the main reasons why I don't give advice how to shoot is because of our eyesight, and plus a 0 on the scope. I mean, it just takes a lot of practice, just like archery, as I said the other day. Instinctive archery takes a hell of a lot of practice. Even normal archery takes a lot of practice. DIY, whatever you do, it takes a lot of practice to get that, not a perfect job, but get a very, very good job. But we're talking about shooting, and it does take a lot of practice to get these shots in. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say to Gilmore about the key. You won't do it with a 2-2, I don't think. I'm not saying it's impossible. Nothing's impossible. Everything's possible to do. But it's just practice, that's all it is. And anyway, as I said, today all I'm going to do is to go outside and do a little bit of practice shooting. I don't know what on, but that'll be my day for shooting today. I've got no challenges, so I'm just waiting on you all to give me something. I did have one chap, Michael Lewis. He said about doing drawing pins. Well, I said the other day about those penny nails. If one falls out, I would stop the contest. And with drawing pins, it's just as bad. If one falls out and it falls on the floor, the dog can walk on it, or I could walk on it, or my wife could walk on it. So that's a no-go area. And the other point he pointed out was polo mints, shooting through a hole of a polo mint. Well, the hole of the polo mint is larger than what that hole is. And so you've seen me do that, so there's no point of doing a polo mint. But I'm still waiting for challenges, and that's all I've got to say really. So I'm just going to go outside and do a bit of practice myself. I'll put it on camera. If it's any good, I'll put it on YouTube. If it's no good, well then I won't bother. But that's today's video, I suppose. So anyway, all have a nice day. It's getting a bit cloudy here anyway, and so we're expecting showers. But have a nice day and happy shooting. And I'll see you all again soon. See you later. Bye. Right. Right. I'm just outside. Just going to practice a bit of shooting. The way I do it is I tend to put several objects, well not several, but I've got 4 objects down there. And each one, apart from the first one, is obscuring each target. And on the yellow board is a 10mm brass hole, and then below that is the rat. In front of that rat is what do you call it? Those knockover targets, and in front of that is the spinning wheel. So they're all different ranges, and this is the way I tend to just do a little bit of practice. I'll just start out. I've got 20 shots here, 24, and some business. It's really overcast, and so I'm expecting a bit of rain soon, so I might as well get on with it. The wind's blowing a bit, especially up this end. Not necessarily, well, a little bit down there, but nothing really to worry about at the moment. So through the scope, I'll have to adjust it in a bit. I've got to try and I want to try and get, I can't really see the crosshairs. I want to try and get through the spokes of the revolving target to what's on the yellow board, which is a 10mm hole. And of course, before I can see the rat, I've got to do a knockdown target. Oh no, I can see the rat. And this is the way I normally practice my shots, so I might as well get on with it. I've loaded the first magazine, allowing 24 shots. I don't particularly care if I do it or not. This is just for practice, and more awkward you can get your targets, it's much harder for yourself to get it. So let's start it, shall we? Right. I'm going to take my 0 first. Go the wrong way. And as I said earlier about your 0, it's not necessarily where the impact point is going to be. So all you have to do is remember where that impact point is, and then you can realign the scope, not without touching the scope, but just realign the rifle and allow that the impact point to exist. So we're going to go for this dot here. Safety's off. First shot. So that dot's taken out. But just don't rely on that first shot. Go for a next one, which is there. And that dot is taken out. Now I'm going to go for the third one. And this seems to give me the average. And that dot's taken out. So when you can do that, and you can see how close to that target there is to that, how close to that dot. Now these are all different ranges, and I've got this rifle set at 25 yards. So we'll just see how it goes. The next target I'm going to take is the hole. On the yellow card, the yellow board. So I just got to readjust myself. And Gilmore, you need to put that rear leg on your rifle because it will help you to do very good shots. The sun's coming out now, that's a problem for me. But you can see now I'm lined up and I'm going to take that shot. Now I don't know whether I hit it because I can't see the brass bit. So I might have hit the brass bit. That I don't know. But you just don't worry about that. If you miss, you miss, and So my next shot is going to come down at these swinging targets, well, not the swinging targets, the the knockover targets, and I can't get down far enough on my leg, so I'm not worried about that. I can just lift the rifle up just a bit. Okay, let's hit that. And I think I've got that the wrong way, so not to worry. Now I'm going to take the next one over, which is there. And that's got there. I'm going to take the next one over, which is there. And I've got that. And all these targets are for different ranges. Different ranges and the obscurity of the targets on the yellow board. So now I can just about make out the rat's head. See it? There. So that's going to be my next target. Just pretend that the rat is creeping along and you're going to take him out like so. And you can see now he's moved over a bit. But we can pretend he's another rat. And take his head out like so. And this all helps getting good shots. A lot of people might disagree with me, but I found in the past that it's really helped me out putting objects in a way of your target. Yeah, some of those targets down there, the discs, are about, I don't know, maybe 2 inches across, 1.5 inches across, but the rat is just like a thing you would see. But at 25 metres, 25 yards, they're still good shots. You know what I mean? So now we can start doing the spinning target. And this way you can cheat on the spinning targets. You know, it's not spinning targets. It's not rocket science. It's just wait until the target comes and hope you pellet. It's going to be faster than when it revolves. So we'll try that. And each time I hit the revolving target, it will move into a different place, different position. So we're taking that one, and here we go, see, it's just revolving round. And we can still try and get that rat. And I missed it, I hit the bar instead. But none of this really worries me. It's the practice what really counts, and I think now I'm on the last shot, so we'll come back over. Oh no, that was the last shot, so the last magazine's going in, the last 12. Let's see. See, there's a hole. It did take that brass bit out, so the hole is in that cloth there. You can just make out. and that hole is really only about that hole is really only about 6 mil, because it was stretched over an 8 mil I forget what you call them now, press stud, or not press stud, press fitting anyway. So we'll try and take that out. Yeah, at this range I can't really see if I've gone through the hole or what, but that's the general idea of this kind of target, being everything in a way of each other, apart from the revolving discs, but everything is just in a mess, in other words, and that's what you want to try and do. Now with the rat, I was going for the headshot, and I hit the bar. So what we can do here, instead of going for the headshot, go for the lungs. Just readjust myself. Go for the lungs just under the bar there. But it still didn't move the rat, so what I can do is just come up a little bit and raise that up above that bar, so I can just see his eyes, and fire, and that's caught him. Well, I just skimmed him, but I mean that was good enough. We can take another shot at him, but we're really close to that bar now. And that's caught him again. And this is the idea of, like the matches, you've got to skim the head of the match. You don't want to hit it, you've got to skim it. And this all helps you in a way of shooting. So we do that there again. We can take the bottom disc, like so. We can come up to the top disc. That starts it off revolving. There's another one here. These are a bit stiff. I need to oil them, that's why they're not moving down. That's another hit. Can we still see the rat? Yeah, we can still see the rat. Now, what I could do is try and go through those bars there. No, I hit the bar. So just last shot, I think. Just readjust yourself and come down a bit, like so. But that missed it anyway, so that's 24 shots. As I said, I didn't particularly care if I hit the targets or not. It just makes it more awkward for yourself to do that kind of shooting, and of course every time you do that sort of shooting, all you can do is get better at it. So what we'll do, we'll go down there and have a look at that where is it? The hole which is screwed onto the yellow backing, and that's the most important part. So we go down and have a look. Right, if you can, those get that out of the way. If you can see that, there's 2 holes there. So both holes, they both did go through, but one clipped and one went right through. The second one, when it weren't a brass bit attached. And poor old rat there, he's dead as a door now. And of course your 0 points up here. Yeah, okay, this one I just skimmed. Ooh. And what John said this morning about the aim point and the impact point is not always going to be the same, and that's true, and you've just seen that down there. And this is how I practice, putting things in a way of other targets. And once you can master that sort of shooting, you can, I'm not saying you can do anything, but you can make those real awkward shots count. You know, if you're going ratting or rabbit shooting or whatever. Now I don't do none of that. Mine's just back garden shooting at 25 yards. And but as I said, it makes no difference whether you hit the target, as long as you come close and you keep on trying until you do hit it, and then you constantly hit it. You know, that is the purpose of this kind of shooting, or any sort of shooting, to tell the truth. A lot of people are going to disagree with me, but I don't care about that. This works for me. It might not work for you, but unless you try it, you just don't know. So let's turn this camera off. And always give yourself, say like, well, I give myself 24 shots, which is 2 magazines. And that's all you have to do, really, I think. I mean, you could go through, but now the amount of shots what's gone through there since I've cleaned it last is around about 250 shots. So I'm going to take the rifle inside and now clean the barrel again. Virtually every 250, 300 shots I clean the barrel. And and when I fill the air up, I always, because I've got a foster fitting, I just put a little drop, one little drop into the hole of the foster fitting, and then when the air's pumped in, it just pumps everything through, and really the silicone just lubricates everything inside. Once again, people are going to disagree with me with that, but that's what I tend to do. I don't do it all that often, maybe once a month. So this is due for the second silicone treatment, because I've only had this rifle now a month. So yeah. Okay, it's just started to spit with rain, so I'm going to end it here, and hope you enjoyed the video. Something different, I suppose. Okay, I'll see you again soon. Bye. Oh, have a nice day and happy shooting. Bye.